Yo, shout out to Mad Bus Driver. He got his book out a while back, and I just now got mine. I just read the first chapter. This ain't gonna be long. I'm just gonna give you my little quick take on first chapter. I feel like the first chapter was really about targeting these anti-homino attacks against black men who choose to go that route, sysbm. He was talking about how people want to use these anti-hominoids I forgot. I gotta look at this book real quick. You deserve to be white. Basically, self-hatred. You will sell out, and you have no sexual essence to black women. And I'm gonna target that. First of all, most brothers out here, especially the ones who adapt to that sysbm lifestyle or just self-preservation, no one's saying they want to be white. Like, brothers are completely comfortable in their skin. Such as myself, I'm completely comfortable in my skin. I've always been sysbm my whole entire life. I just never had a name for it. Mainly because I always came up in a diverse area. See, a lot of these people, they don't take that into account of being in a diverse area. We live in a multicultural society. So obviously that's gonna have a good influence on you, and especially on TV, where all you see is certain people. That's gonna have a certain influence on you as well. That's why I'm trying to create my own content and stuff to put more of us on television in terms of self-hatred. It's just a scapegoat. The gaslight brothers for making the choices they want to make. And it's a defense mechanism because the other side doesn't want to compete. And a lot of people interview the first few chapters. Shout out to GW3 Screen. He reviewed the first few chapters. I gotta give a shout out to Splash Wave Beats. He gave his impact on it, his input. You know, I got my agreements and disagreements with the brother. I don't really have anything against him personally, but he said some things that I can agree with, but at the same time I disagree with it. Brother Mad Bus Driver, he put the fact in that people want to bring up culture and tribalism, basically like having no racial pride. You don't know your history. And then Brother Spazway disagree with that. He said it's important to know your history and have racial pride, and I do agree with that. It is important to know your history, to know what your people accomplished in this society. Like the inventions that we created during slavery, even after slavery. The internet, the computer was created by a black man. If it wasn't for black men, a lot of this technology wouldn't even exist. So black men actually made ways, opened up the doors to a lot of these inventions in the society. It's important to know our history. But the thing is, in this specific contents, some of these people will use that to try to shame black men into the plantation. That's where I don't necessarily agree with. I don't agree with using history and quote unquote racial pride to shame and gaslight black men to the plantation. That's different. That's a completely different thing. And as for racial pride, I'm very comfortable in my skin. And it's completely insane to be tribal in today's society, especially when we live in a multicultural society. You have to be insane to be on this tribal stuff. We live in a multicultural society, my guy. And I can understand a lot of people want to support their own group and stuff, economics in their own group, so they won't have to depend on other people like that. That's understandable, but to the point where you just being tribal in everything all around life, that's just ridiculous. We live in a multicultural society. We're going to have to deal with each other. Network and everything. And being brainwashed by European beauty standard, that's completely washed, man. Because most brothers are not even with white women like that anyways. Most brothers are with other ethnic women. If you include the black man in this country and other countries, even other European countries like Canada, Britain, even like in Sweden, some brothers will get with the ethnic chicks. Even in Germany, some brothers will get with the ethnic chicks there in Germany. I say most brothers are with ethnic women compared to European white women. Freak, my uncle was sysbm. I only got one uncle in my family who basically went sysbm. He was in the military. I got my grandpa and a few of my uncles was in the military as well. And one of my uncles on my granddad's side, he ended up going to Germany, and he never came back. He stayed in Germany, had a whole family, everything. And I even got to meet her. Beautiful woman, beautiful biracial black woman. And she was feminine, everything. He passed away a couple years ago. So his family decided to come and visit us. I had some uncles in the Vietnam War, Vietnam vets. And I'm gonna talk to him one day about how the women were in Vietnam when they was in the Vietnam War. Yeah. They talking about childhood drama that a lot of guys got beat up by Pookie and Ray Ray and never got over it, which is not true. I don't hear a bunch of brothers talking about they got beat up by Thuggo. As a matter of fact, a few of my fights was with a couple of Pookies type dudes, and I whooped their ass. I never got beat up by a Pookie. A lot of them can't even fight. They've been overhyped because this over hyper masculine thing, making it seem like they the toughest guy on the block, but they're not. Many of them not. I'm not saying all of them ain't built like that. Some of these Pookie type dudes can fight. Some of them built like that, but many of them not built like that. They got to hide behind a weapon, or they got to be like 5 deep. Look at the baby. He would have got his ass whooped by that girl's brother if he ain't had them dudes around him. Let's just keep it a buck. Just how a lot of them type of dudes get down, man. Catch them by themselves in this one-on-one. They'll fold like a pretzel, bro. These dudes will fold. They think us calling out the dysfunction of these Pookie and Ray Ray type dudes means that, oh, we got beat up. They just think we're scared of them just because we're calling the dysfunction out. Oh, you really are just scared of these dudes. You guys got beat up back in high school, middle school, and you can't get over it. Which is not the case at all. I don't know why a lot of these women think that way. It is what it is. I really don't care about this whole Pookie Ray Ray stuff. I don't care. Most brothers are not even dealing with Pookie and Ray Ray like that. I never really dealt with Pookies and Ray Ray like that. That's really what the what chapter 1 was about, explaining what sysbm is and targeting these anti-harmonic attacks. So I might interview chapter 2 next. But I definitely will be reviewing the chapter G Dub talked about when SY no the default man, yeah. I'll definitely be interviewing the default man. G Dub, he reviewed that one, and he was spitting a lot of flames, a lot of fire, and then I think I can deliver some fires on that too. You know, some of my Materatsus on that, because y'all know how I am on this channel. I'll be calling these dude bros out, so you already know what it is. I'm gonna be delivering that fireball jutsu. But this is it. This is my whole spin on it, at least on the first chapter. I'm not gonna review all the chapters. I just reviewed a couple more, and they'll be it. So I'm out.